is I always put my 2 thumbs there, and I put 3 fingers there at the back of the chest, and I open up the chest of the person just to get them relaxed, because that'll relax them there on the table. That's my little method. I'm just throwing it out for what it's worth. All right. And then after doing what I have to do, I do that on the left foot, then I do on the right foot, then I cover over the right foot, and I come back and I start working on the left foot. And I start working on the left foot, I go around the toe, the big toe, just go around it, and then I go up 3 times, up along the toe, and then I hook into the pituitary, right? I think we all have a fair idea of the toes. And I just do that right across, right? This next part can be done at any time, but there's the neck, right? Right across the bottom of the big toe. And I just check out the neck.
So are you doing the front there, Jack? Or just
Is that your thumb underneath the toe?
That's my thumb over and under the toe.
Okay.
And I'm checking out the neck there. You do most of it with the front finger, but the back finger is back up on it. All right?
Okay.
Sorry, you told us that you were stuck to ask them. Just between the toes, and I'm a bit confused by that.
You're not going. You're just going walking around the toes for now.
So we're not doing that thing.
You're walking around the toes. You've done the toes, then come back. There's where the neck is, right, on both toes, and you just feel that there's a bit of a tendon there, and that'll let you know exactly what's going on in the neck.
No, sorry, Jack, I'm confused. You said you've done the toes. I don't know what you do with the toes.
You go around the toe with the procedure.
Yeah.
Same as big toe on each toe.
Can I see that?
Your movement,
Yeah.
the movement of your thumb around each toe,
Okay.
right? You go around the head first, and then the rest of the toes then are connected to the sinuses. All right, and then you go up the back of each toe
3 times.
3 times. You hook into the pituitary again, and then you work on to the next toe. Go around it, up through it, up at this 3 times, hook into the pituitary. You do that with all the toes. Then I come back, and there's the neck. You'll feel the tendon, it's a tendon that's running up along the front of the toe. And I always, for some reason, I don't know why, but I always lock my thumb in there, into the back of the toe while I'm doing that.
Okay. So you're flexing it.
So you can hold it in place when you're looking.
Yeah.
Correct. Right? Then you go on to the eyes, and the eyes are the first piece here, just right underneath the toes. And if I'm working on the left foot, a lot of the time I'll work with me left. I'll start out here and work in. All right?
And all of that is the eyes.
All of that is the eyes. You go across 3 times there, right? Underneath the 4 toes.
Yeah.
Everyone got that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I come out to the thyroid and the parathyroid, and I start out here on the edge, and I come around in a sort of an oval and up straight underneath the toe. You can do that 3 or 4 times, whatever way you want to do it. That's just covering the thyroid and the parathyroid. All right?
Yeah.
You just show us that movement once more where you come up from the
You start out here, you come around, it's like going around the outside of the ball of the big toe.
Yeah.
All right? You do that 3 times or 4 times, whichever you feel. You just cover that area. Then I work on the chest, the heart, and the lungs. And you go from, you see that spot there? That little curve, you see the curve there in the ball of the foot? Right, that point there, that's the solar plexus. Right? So you work from the solar plexus up to the eyes. And you just keep doing that area up all the one way. Do not come back down on it. Walk upwards. All right? Right? There's always one. And you keep going right out to the end. You could come out to the arms and the shoulders. Just bring it right out to the end. All right? Then you have the foot down to the solar plexus, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Yes.
Right? Then you start, I work with the right foot. You see the way I have my hand on the foot? I just keep control of the foot. I'm going to twist that foot and turn that foot to make it easy for me to do this movement, whatever movement I want to do. So the diaphragm then is, start now here, it's a sort of a half moon shape. You're walking around the ball of the thyroid up to the solar plexus and it's sort of out to the end. You see, it's marked for you on the foot. You just follow that mark. Right? Start there, come up through the solar plexus and then out to the end.
3 times.
You see the shape of the foot? You follow the shape of the foot.
You can actually see it on it.
Yeah, you do that 3 times. Right? Sorry?
Diaphragm.
Diaphragm.
Okay.
And then from where you started, you start then your procedure right down to the rest of the foot. You just go in a straight line all the way down to the coccyx,
Where's that?
the heel,
Heel.
bottom of the heel.
Outside, Jack?
If you're using your left hand, you work from this side. If you're using your right hand, it's the easiest movement is to work from there out.
You go forward.
Yeah, straight across. But whichever way you go, if you start over here, keep it going the one way down along your moving energy. Yeah. All right. And you don't think of anything, and people, there's a point here for the sciatica, right?
Yeah.
Now, you'll hit that sciatica if you're going to go across. Yes, but you're going to do that in your movement down along. Your movement down along will do that. All right? So that's the face of the foot done,
Okay.
right?
That seems easier.
That's the face of the foot. That's one part done, right? Now the next part, then, what I do then is I limber up the foot again. I just open it up, just relax the person again. Right? And then I start with the circulation. Finger in front, finger behind. Always support the toe. Lift the toe, turn it 3 times one way and 3 times back the other way. And go through each of the toes individually. Then I go between the toes and I do the milking movement. Right?
What movement?
The military movement I had to ask about yesterday.
It's about the way it's about the way you do it. You just keep squeezing
Yeah.
until you come to the end, and then you just pull it away. To me, it feels a lot like you're emptying whatever is there. So I always throw it away.
Okay.
I just
So would there be fraction of an inch just before the toe?
just go down a small bit before the toe,
Just kind of catch the.
and then catch the
Making sense.
yeah. All right,
Making sense now.
right. Just go through it.
Yeah.
So repeat that all on the 5 toes.
Well, yeah, between the 5 toes, yeah. Right. Now there's a name on the bones here, but the bones of your foot come right down into your toe, and you walk in, you'll feel them. So, but both, I use 3 fingers, right? I use 3 fingers, and I just go for in between the toes, and I go in there, and I just, for want of a better word, I massage that. I just
In between the bone.
in between the bone, and I end up, I do it in a sort of the same motion as you're doing when you're using your thumb. I just do that little bit of a kick down along.
And that's upwards.
I go away. I
Away
go,
from the, so
yeah.
to the ankle.
And
Yeah.
Jack, are you working on the bone or between?
In the gland.
between, and you feel it. You get a sense of it, and you go in there and you just go down, and that's the chest area.
So you're heading to the ankle the whole time.
You're heading down. Yeah. All right? And that's that one done. That's a separate, that's your front of the foot done now, and now you've those three movements done, right? So the next thing then is you come back to the big toe and starting on the inside of the big toe, right on the head, you just work your way around and down the spine, all right? And go right down here to the heel. Just stop at this point here, all right? Then you check in. I walk underneath the ankle here. You've sort of whatever to me, and this is not this won't be really in the exam, but you're walking on the lower part of your body. You're walking on the private part. You're walking on the fallopian tubes. You're walking on the reproductive areas of your body. Correct. Just walk around the ankle, right, and you come up to here. And the same movement as you're using here at the back, at the chest, you go in there, you get a feel for it yourself. You go in there, you move the foot, and you move that in a circular motion inwards and out. If you understand me, you bring your fingers together and move them out, right?
So you're using the fingers to go around the outside of the ankle then?
No, it's you're using your fingers around it, yeah. It's just to come up those tubes. You can use your thumb if you like. Which are you supposed?
That's when it's better.
Yeah, it's easier using with your fingers. But have the same sort of movement going on with your fingers. It's very easy to get that movement with your fingers.
So Jack, sorry, where exactly are they then? Are they in the heel or the front of the foot?
Say that again.
Where exactly are they? The front
What?
of the foot?
Here.
The reproductive areas.
Up along there, up along the side of the
More near
ankle
the
and up into here.
That's both sides,
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah.
You all right with that?
Yeah, that's grand, yeah.
It's just up above that bone.
No, she was talking about going into the uterus and the ovaries.
No. That's the different
They'll
part.
find it, yeah.
You just walk away on that. Now, then I go right across the foot with the movement,
Okay.
right? And I take the movement from the joint here at the ankle back up to the toes. And I go right across the foot. Bring that movement right across the foot.
It's a little bit different to mine, but you can change as when you're trained.
Did we not learn that with you?
Not that way, no. But it doesn't matter.
Did you learn that, Tatiana?
No,
Did you not?
no. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's right anyway.
Yeah,
That's a special ingredient.
there you go.
Jack's special.
And then I come back down then to where you left off, and I picked up that, and you feel the bone all up along there, and on the curve of the foot, you feel the bone. Just get into the bone and walk. That's the walk under. You're sort of walking under the bone, and walk all the way up, back up to the top of the big toe again.
It's not in the notes.
All right.
They start the
All right.
Perfect.
I've lost that one now.
Everyone all right with that?
Starting at the bottom, walking up the big toe.
Yeah, when you go down, you start off, you go down, then you do what you have to do here. If you want to do this across, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, it's all therapy. Then you kick back in here where you left off, and you kick in under that bone. You'll feel that bone. And that's the spine. So you walk all up along that, bring it back up again, up to the head. All right? So that's moving the energy right through the body. Then sometimes, and if this is awkward, if a person is up a little bit, if the bed is a bit high, or you have their feet up a bit high and all the rest of it, stand up to do this. All you have to do is check into that bone again. Use your left hand and go right down again.
So you're going on the other side of the foot.
You're
now.
going on the other side of the
So
foot.
you're going from the little toe down to the heel.
The little toe down to the heel. All right?
Little toe down to
Yeah. Then I walk up, and I walk up around the ankle, and I come up to the joint again here. All right?
Do that again, Jack. So fast, Jack. You've lost it.
Sorry.
Little toe down to the heel.
Yes.
And then you work back up.
Then the fallopian tubes and the reproductive organs are here on the
So
other
are you,
side.
are you doing out your thumbs or your finger?
I'm doing it with my fingers.
Right.
you can do it with your thumb if you like.
Oh, your tongue?
Your,
Oh my gosh. Claire, she has that recorded.
that's,
You need
that's,
to mantra, Claire.
that's the real, that's the real Nordy project. I was in full flow there now. No.
Sorry.
Which,
You were
Now,
telling me do with your
we're
thumb.
going back. We're going back before we lose it.
yeah, which bone are you coming up to?
I'm not coming up. I'm coming up to the ankle and around the ankle
Okay.
and into that joint there.
In the middle.
And again, walk it around, right? And if you want to do this, where did I learn this?
No, but
I think you must change.
some people change a little bit, but it doesn't
Jack,
matter as long as it's
I'm
working.
going to ask you a question. Knowing you're doing that on the way back up, can you actually use your fingers in
I showed you that
A
in the
needle.
outward way.
Yeah.
But he's doing
No, I
it.
mean all the way back up the toe.
Ah,
all
but
the way
he's
back
just
up the
doing
foot.
that, but it's good.
He's doing his own thing. So.
I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Like it or lump it, right?
Like, say everyone gets their little way, do
They
they?
do, that's what I'm saying.
Now, don't be taking this to your little way. This is about, if I brought in this is why I said,
We're doing the procedure.
we're doing the procedure. We have to
Yes,
stick to
it's
the
brilliant.
procedure. This is new part of the procedure. I thought that was good. You like that? New part, right?
Sister, will we get extra points?
The dogma has changed, right? Then you kick back in here to where you left off, and you come back up along that bone again. All right?
Can we look at that bone, do you mind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's the elbow. Is that
the
what you're
elbow,
talking
yeah.
about? That bone.
Ah, look.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, you showed it to us.
All right? You just check in on it there, and you're sort of staying on the bone. Come up to the little toe, right? That's that side of the foot, though. Right? Now, all you have to do is, see there along the foot?
Yes.
Just come up a little bit there like that, and you'd feel this bone here.
How are we supposed to remember all the bits and they're not written on the sheet?
Now you see, you have it already. It's on the chart of the foot.
I wouldn't be any use to me.
It's at the spot.
There and you know.
You'll get it if you don't panic about it. It's very
I know,
simple.
you're panicking.
It's very simple. It's just a matter of getting it. Trust me, it's just a matter of getting.
And just going on circle movement like that?
No, I'm just feeling the bone because I'm caught in midstream here,
I'll just
right?
That's
Because I want you to follow this,
Yeah.
right?
feel the
This
bone.
bone here
Okay.
is going to be your link to the start of the uterus, where you go in for the colon and all the rest of it, right? When you get to the person's foot, just feel that there, right? Do you feel the bone there? Once you connect with that bone, once you come straight in like that, then you get your tongue, you walk in, right? You're cutting across the kidney in some cases. Some people, when they come to here, it causes a panic. What I do is I bring my left hand down, I connect to where I'm leaving off here, and I go around and I keep the movement going, and I bring it out to the bladder. And at the end of that there's the bladder. All right? All right? Right, now,
So Jack, sorry, you just on one side and back.
it's in a U shape. If you see it, it's in a U shape. You just come in at that bone and you come out here at the bladder.
I wasn't too sure what you did.
It doesn't matter, it's only showing.
I'm not doing. I'm only showing him.
Is that the colon as well?
That's the colon as well.
So that's covering the whole lot?
When you're working anyway,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it covers the two berries?
Yeah.
Colon and bladder.
Yeah. Now, the one thing I'll suggest to you is, and we had it here the first weekend, was Sister Briga had a chart. All these things, right? The side of the foot, the front of the foot, the whole has on it. So if you want to know what you're coming in contact with, I have them. I didn't bring them with me today, but I'll bring them the next day. It's very good to get that chart, get framed, and put up wherever you're doing the procedure. Then you can always
Refer to it.
check in with it, right? So when you come out, I work on the bladder, right? If the bladder, sometimes you see a puff, sometimes you see a discolour, so you'll know what you're coming up against. You know whether it needs work or it doesn't need work. So you can spend a bit of time there on the bladder. And then I come in and I go looking for the kidney. And the kidney is just back in underneath that. Why are you looking at me like
I'm
that?
just looking for you, we're getting the kidney.
There.
In the middle, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right? And from there, if you look at this, from that point of the kidney up to near enough the solar plexus, that's your stomach. Right? That represents your stomach on the foot. So within the stomach, you have the gallbladder, you have the pancreas, you have the liver, you have all these organs. And all you have to do, I'm not going to point them out to you, right? Yeah, you have them already. Go look for the organ. If they're penetrating a bit, you know there's something going on. You will feel. Either that or you'll feel the sort of crystals underneath your thumb, you'll feel a blockage of energy, or you'll see the person on the seat jumping. All right?
Yeah.
There's lots of methods as to how you pick up what's going on. So you work from the kidney all around that area. And I always come up and work on that. And then when that area is done, right, just loosen up the foot again, play around with the foot, relax the person, both sides of the feet, all the rest of it, job done. All right? Everyone happy with that?
Yeah.
so you get panicky in the beginning.
There's a lot to remember, but if there's a lot to remember, this is number one. The front of the foot from the toes down to the heel. That's number one. Number two is coming up and doing circulation, the chest, and in between the toes. All right? Part three is from the big toe, right down along the spine, down to here, work up along the reproductive organs, and do your procedure here. Come back down to it, work it back up. That's part three over. Part four is you go to the other side of the foot. You go down from the little toe down to the heel, right? And you come up, you walk up again, and you walk in at the joint there. I done my new introduction to it, and you walk up along, and then you go back down, you connect in again, and you walk your way back up it. You brought the energy down, so you're bringing the energy back up. All right?
Okay.
That's part four done. Part five is connecting with this bone here, going in on the uterus. Doing the uterus, bringing it around to the bladder, going back in, checking out the kidney, and then moving up into the stomach and finding out what's going on there. That's part five. And part six is just relaxing the foot, finishing up, job done. All right? Does that make it any simpler?
You don't actually go under the heel, Jack.
No, you go down there as far as you can go there.
One thing, be careful with the sciatica person. Anything on there that gets weak, something else centinarians or something.
If you go too heavy on it, is that what it is?
Be careful with the sciatica. That's what the Pope has on the I think someone's
Needs a reflexology.
All of us?
All right?
Okay, thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Now,
Ready?
partner
Remember all
off.
that.